Hey everybody, welcome to GGS Railways. My name is Greg, this is my YouTube channel. Alright, tonight we are working on this diesel Mark's Tinplate lot once again. And in the last episode we did the cleanup, and this guy looks really sharp. Now, just as important though as the aesthetics is, you know, the mechanicals. Now, we've already done the wheels and axles on these guys, and if you own any of these Tinplate cars, I highly suggest that you look at the video. I believe it's called something about gold, or I don't know, finding gold. Anyway, it showed the cleanup process for these axles and wheels, and believe it or not, it's super important on these guys. You would not believe the amount of debris and yuck that gets inside these axles and wheels. And so anyway, yeah, all right. So anyway, so what we're going to do tonight though is we're going to work on the mechanicals of our A unit here, and yeah, we're going to get started with that. And this should not take too long. The diesel has some benefits, and I'll get to that in just a minute. Let's get this camera lowered. Let's get this started. Let's do it. Alright, so if you've ever seen any of my Mark's tutorials on cleaning up the motors, this will be a lot the same. If you've ever not seen the diesel one, it'll be a little bit different, but actually easier. So alright, just one screw on the top of the Mark's diesel, that's it. That is all there is to that, and this guy will just slide out. Now there is a wire on top here that goes to your light, and you will find that there's a little staple right here. You just simply push the staple, the wire will pull out, and there you go. You can set your shell aside. So all right, this little washer came out. It goes right here. We talked about that in the last one. All right, so anyway, so this is your little Mark's motor, and let me make sure that we can see it real well on the camera. I believe we can. Oh yeah, we're doing good. Let me get it maybe a little closer. Yep, that looks pretty good. All right, so when you're looking at these guys, what you're aiming to do is make sure your brushes are free in the tunnel. Make sure that this guy is, you know, all well and secured. Make sure your little fiber plate here is not cracked. And yeah, it's a lot easier on the Mark's diesel motor here, because you know you don't have any of the rods that the steam engine has, and also you don't have that little rod to deal with trying to get this little plate off. So all right, let's get it apart, and we'll kind of go from there. So all right, this little screw on the bottom. See, now this guy was loose. Now you may recall that if you watch the steam unit that I was talking about, that, you know, if yours ever stops, this is probably your culprit. Well, for some reason these never seem to stay tight, and sometimes they'll fall out on the track, and when that falls out, you've just lost the ground for your motor. So all right, so if you ever service it and then, you know, almost immediately you lose power, that is probably what has happened. So all right, so let's get this guy off of here, and I did find my pliers. That's a good thing. So all right, two little bitty nuts. This does not get a lot easier than this. So, all right. So while I'm getting this apart, let's talk about this little E unit, which is what this is right here. If you ever buy one of these, you know, especially if you buy like a motor for Mark's and it comes shipped and it's been on its side for any time at all, you may find that it's stuck in reverse or forwards or something. If you simply take it and tap it, that rod will fall back down, and a lot of times what has happened is that rod has gone up a little bit further than what it normally would, and what happens is there may be some dust or debris, and it's just stuck up. So right, if you do that, it generally makes it come back down, and things are generally good after that. So all right, so this is that little fiber plate I was telling you about, guys. About you need to be real careful about this, because this guy actually is fragile. It's some sort of fiber product. We've talked about that before. So all right, here are our brushes, or one of the brushes. The other one has fallen out. So all right, when you take apart a Mark's motor, this is not, well, okay, it did fall out, but it should not have been able to stay in there. The Mark's brushes should be free in here. I call these brush tunnels, and if they're clean, they spring easily in and out, and it would have just fallen out right away. So all right, our armature is actually quite dirty. And actually, the whole thing's quite dirty. See my finger? All right, so we talked about this the other night. This is the contact cleaner, and it happens to be WD-40, but it is WD-40 brand rather, but it is not WD-40. This is a contact cleaner, and it's quick drying. And as I told you guys on the last one that I showed you, and in case you missed it, I'll tell it again. When you're cleaning these armatures, don't spray it like this, okay? Get you a rag, like a paper towel or something, spray it on the paper towel, and then then go and do your cleanup here. Okay, so I just spray a little bit on my paper towel here. You don't want to really overspray anything because this is a pretty strong solvent for removing grease and so forth and yuck from the inside of electrical motors. And electrical motors actually do tend to get pretty dirty inside. Electronics tend to gravitate dust and all kinds of dirt, pet hair. I mean, it's just static electricity, I guess. All right, yeah. I guess probably anybody that has electronics, that's probably not news. So, all right, do you see how dirty that was? Wow, that was really nasty. So, all right, so what I like to do, I'd like to get that clean with this solvent, just kind of wipe it off, and then I'll go back with a fiberglass pencil, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So, all right, so then just take and clean this, and yeah, this should not have any of this dirt or debris or any of this on here. This should be pretty clean. Should look something like that, not like what it was. So, all right, so here in a minute, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Q-tips and we're going to put them in these, run them through these brush tunnels, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So I just noticed that this little bushing is out of this little plate, and that's actually not really correct, but but anyway, all right, so I've never seen one. Well, okay, it's gonna go back in. All right, so yeah, that should not have stuck, which means that was probably not in a good way on there. So, all right, so yeah, I got it back in there. That's the way that should go. Now, that should not have come out of that plate. That means that this has been getting hot and binding. That's what that means. So I'm going to take and clean off the end of, oh yeah, the end of that is pretty nasty, pretty rough. So, all right, let's get that clean. So, all right, very nice. So, all right, so it's still a little, well, it's more than a little. It's it's pretty rough here, but we'll take with the fiberglass pencil, and I'll show you guys how to clean that up here in a moment. So, all right, so we got our armature all cleaned off. Got the plate ready to go with the Q-tips. All right, so this brush plate you actually can spray directly with your contact cleaner without a lot of issue. Looks like we're about out of the contact cleaner. That might be an issue. So, all right, and then you can spray down your brushes as well. All this stuff is actually a lot more crusty than I imagined it would be. It ran really well, so that's very interesting. So, all right, there we go. We got that clean, or hosed off, whatever you want to say. And anyway, when I do these brush tunnels, I like to take these Q-tips. Now, there's a spring inside of here, so you don't want to twist them. You want to just do them kind of in and out. And yeah, you see that's coming out of there. So, all right, you just want to do this and then use a clean Q-tip until you start bringing out Q-tips that aren't dirty anymore. That's pretty much all you do. So, I'm going to spray this down a little bit more. All right, so once again, new Q-tip. So you don't want to force these guys in here. These will fit, but don't force it. I guess there are other brands of these cotton swabs. So yeah, if you get one that it doesn't fit, well, don't force it. So, all right, coming together. Yes, sir. All right, so that is looking pretty good. Now, this one's still pulling out a little bit of debris and stuff. But I think we got it, yeah. So you can kind of tell because it'll go from kind of a digging in a jar of molasses feel to free, up and down free. So, all right, so yeah, I think we got it. So another reason you don't want to spin these Q-tips in here is because these springs in here will sometimes catch the Q-tip, and while that's not a huge thing, although I guess it could damage the spring, what will happen is you'll wind up with some of those cotton fibers in your tunnel, and while it doesn't cause that much in connectivity issues, what it does cause is that the brushes tend to want to stick on those those fibers. Yeah, the Q-tip fibers, not carpet fibers, although that's bad too. All right, so right now I'm just taking my fiberglass pencil and kind of cleaning up these brushes. All this stuff is a little more more rough and a little more oxidized than I really thought it was going to be, especially that armature. You know, that armature is a little concerning, but I think we can get it. These fiberglass pencils will do a world of good on your model trains. So all right. So clean this up real good. All right, this is looking good. All right, so now for the part that I'm actually concerned about, which is the actual armature shaft itself. And let me make sure that is on the camera to where we can actually see it. I believe it is. Yes, it is. It's all right. So I know you can't see the oxidation because the camera's not that good, but it is definitely on here, and it definitely stuck in that bushing. So this armature may be the death of this little, or it may need another armature, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because if this won't come smooth, then that's not going to be good. That's going to cause that bushing to spin in that plate, and that will not be good. It's all right. It's getting smoother. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get these armature plates. And one of the other reasons that you don't want to do the cleaner, like spray directly in that, is because these armature plates are on here with some sort of adhesive on the face here, and what will happen sometimes is this will kind of that cleaner will delaminate the little plates, and then what will happen is the next time that brush comes along, it'll actually pry one of the plates off. And yeah, then you're looking for another armature, and that's not a lot of fun, and kind of unnecessary, frankly. All right, so that's cleaning up pretty good. All right, so I feel like that's pretty good. All right, let me get some. Well, I got some lubrication. I'm going to get a different kind of lubrication. I'll be right back. All right, so I got this all cleaned up. I'm going to get one more shot of the contact cleaner, just to get any of the fiberglass pencil debris or anything else that might have wound up in here. And we got that little end here pretty smooth. I think it'll be okay for the bushing. So all right, very good. So all right, so I told you I was going to get a different kind of lubricant. I'm going to get some of the white lithium for I think this end here, just to give it a little better chance of it not failing in that bushing. So all right, don't want a lot, and we definitely don't want it on the face of the armature. So all right, that's looking pretty good, I think. So all right, I'm going to wipe a little bit of the excess off. We don't need much. Just trying to coat it. All right, very good. All right, let's get this plate back on here, and let's see how that runs, or how it rolls, how it turns in this bushing. So I've never had one come out like that before, so that's something new to me. It's a little concerning. So all right, let's get this together and we'll just see how it goes. We don't have our brushes in there yet, but we can get those in a minute. Just want to make sure that our bushing isn't going to turn or seize or something. So all right, let's see, I got those on there. Got this guy that we talked about coming loose sometimes, and yeah, then we can kind of turn it and see what happens. All right, looks like my brush nut must be pushed out of the tunnel with that Q-tip. That happens sometimes, not a big deal. Oh no, it's still in there, I see it. It's all right. No, this rolls really good, so all right, I don't think that's gonna be a problem. I think it was a problem, but man, that rolls really nice now. Very good, wow. See, that's why you open them up, to look for problems, because I mean, we actually ran this guy and I don't remember it, sounding bad or being bad or anything. So, all right, we've got that white lithium in there already. Let's give it just a little bit of machine oil as well. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. That is really good. Wow, that's really smooth, I like that. All right, so then the other side here, of course, where the gears are. All right, so had not expected us to find the bushing problem there, but that does happen. So I guess that was a good thing that we looked. So all right, we got a little bit of a noise, but I think it's our our little springs catching the armature on that side. I think that's all that is. So all right, so we got that. I'll make sure we glue this little idler gear too. So one of the things that happens on these guys is that sometimes this idler gear will get messed up, and I'm not sure exactly what causes that, but it does happen. So any kind of love you can give it, probably not a bad idea. So that white lithium's not cooperating very well. So I got a little bit on there. Just kind of try to smear it in the gears a little bit here, like that technical term, smearing. All right, I got a little bit on my pickup plate, but I think it'll be okay. You can always wipe off, I believe. So, all right, wipe that off. And then what I like to do is I'll just kind of wipe the excess off the face of the gears as well. And of course the wheel. Don't want it on the wheel. We'll come back with some cleaner and clean off that wheel. So all right, that's looking pretty good. Got a little bit of extra there. All right, very nice, looking good. So all right, let's see if this little clicking that we have stops when we put these brushes in. I believe it will. So let's see. Let's see. If it doesn't, we need to probably investigate a little bit further, but I suspect that's what it is. All right, so our brushes are, well, they could probably be a little cleaner. Let's see. I had them clean. That one's a little cleaner. So this is a very interesting brush, guys. This one's got the little slots that I'm keep telling you guys that need to go up towards you, and they've got them on both sides. So perhaps my musing of them damaging the armature, perhaps that's not a real thing. I don't know. I've never seen it with the slots on the both sides, and what I'm talking about, and I'll just show you guys because maybe not everybody's seen all the videos. So right, yeah, see how it's got the slot? That's where the spring will hook, and it keeps the brush from turning when the motor's running. It's actually what it does, but it's got one on both sides. I've never seen that. Interesting. All right. You learn something new every day. So, all right, let's see here. All right, so I found the other night that this screwdriver is just a little large to pick that spring out of that tunnel. So we're just going to grab this one that's tiny. And what we'll do, and make sure we are on the camera. We are good. Is we're going to take and we are going to simply get this underneath this little spring. We're going to spring it out of the tunnel and just to the side. So, did it go? No, it did not go. All right, so the spring is very small. It's very difficult to see. So, all right, the spring is on this side of the tunnel. If you can't see that, you may have to take my word for it. So, all right, so I'm going to try to figure out which one of these I think should go up and down. That kind of freaks me out and bothers me, frankly, a little bit. But anyway, we'll see. All right, so let's see. Let's get the spring back in the tunnel, which is just springing it back the other way that it came. There it is in the tunnel, and yeah, very good. So this next one, same thing. Same little exercise. Just spring it out. I got it held with my finger over here. And then we'll see which one of these sides I want to put up. And I think we'll do this one. And I'm going to turn this slot around to where my spring will catch it. And then I'm going to put the spring back. All right, very good. So, all right, the spring is back in there. And let's see if we can show this on the camera. So maybe, let's see. Is it going to show? Maybe not. All right, well the springs, the springs are actually in the little notches of the brushes now, and so they won't spin. And it has stopped making the clicking noise, which means that was the springs catching. So all right, that's pretty cool. That's good news. So all right, we got a little bit more debris here. All right, that looks pretty good. So I think that's about it, honestly, on that, other than cleaning up the wheels, getting some of the oil and grease off the parts that we don't need it. We're gonna make sure that this is tight. Note on these fiber plates right here, you don't want to over tighten them because they are some sort of fiber product, and they are actually, they aren't terribly fragile, but they are fragile. They will break if you over tighten them. So all right, so I'm just kind of doing it by feel. When it starts giving a little bit of resistance, I give it just a little bit more, and that's it. So all right, we're back together. So all right, let's get some more contact cleaner on our rag here. I'll wipe off those wheels because we definitely do not want the grease and so forth on the track, because this guy has no traction tires and he works really well, you know, when the wheels are, you know, clean and like they're supposed to be, but you give it just a little bit of anything on there and wow. Wow, it will not go. So all right, here we go. Yep, coming right off. So all right, so the next thing I think we might do is we might just clean this pickup plate a little bit. And I think we cleaned it when we first got it, but it never hurts to clean it a little bit more. So all right, very good. So sometimes I like to take my fiberglass pencil as well and just kind of give it a little scrub. It works pretty well. All right, that ought to work pretty good. So all right, let me get this guy back together. Then we're gonna take it in there on the track. We're gonna see how we did. How about that? Let's do it. All right, so getting this guy back together is super simple. So all right, so we have this little wire, you may recall, that goes into the little staple, and we'll just get that fed through there. Now I like to twist mine really tight, and it just makes it easier to get into that little staple. You can certainly do it any way that works for you. So all right, so I'm gonna put this through here. Probably the camera did not show that, but it is in fact through there. And so yeah, we're ready to put this on here. Don't forget your washer. We talked about this the other night. I had one that did not have the washer, and I thought I discovered something by putting a washer, but no, I was just missing my washer. So all right, yeah, I thought I had really done something good. I thought I had discovered something for the good of Marks, and nope, it just was missing on mine. So all right, so the light has come loose. That's not really all that uncommon, unfortunately. So all right, you may have to do this several times before you get it in here. All right, so I got the wire in here. I don't think it's touching the unit, but I'm just gonna bend this over just to make sure, because if it does that, then it would be like a dead short. It wouldn't go anywhere. So all right, so I've got my washer in there. I don't know if you guys can see that, and we are ready to finally get this back in here. So all right, very good. It's just gonna lay in there. All right, and then the screw on the top just simply goes back in here. And yeah, it's not that difficult, not rocket science. So all right, so the top screw can only go so tight just because of the way it is designed, so you can't really over tighten it, but you shouldn't tighten it too tight, because I have had actually them break. So yeah, does not need to be tight. You may remember we had a bad rust problem under here, and we've cleaned that up pretty nicely, and you know, it's looking a lot healthier, a lot better. So all right, let's get this going. Let's put this on the track. Let's do it. All right, we've come to the part of the video where we've done the work, and now it's time for the reward. All right, let's see how we did on this Marks Tinplate diesel, and then we're probably going to run him and the other one that came with that Marks Tinplate lot, the steam engine, the 999, together for the closing shot that I know that you guys like. So all right, well, let's talk a little less. Let's do a little more. Let's get the Marks going. Always reverse. All right, see the headlight lighting? That's good, because I forgot to check it. Very cool. All right, so it doesn't get much better than this. Very nice. All right, that's smooth and clean. That's what we like. So, all right, just for fun, let's get his brother, sister, whatever it is here going. And yeah, these are everything, or this is everything that we received in the eBay Marks Tinplate lot. Very, very cool. So, all right, let's get this camera dropped down because I know it's a little hard to see from this angle. I just wanted to have it to where you guys could see everything all at once. And yeah, let's get this dropped down. Alright guys, well this is the reward. It does not get much better than this. So that Marks Tinplate lot from eBay cleaned up pretty nice. Works pretty well, and I am very, very pleased. Alright guys, well I guess it just goes to prove that a little bit of work and a little bit of love can make just an awful lot happen in this little model train world, right? Alright guys, well I think this is about it for tonight. Till next time, GGS Railways out.